Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be solving the equation 8 to the power of x plus 4 to the power of x is equal to 36. So, to a lot of people, this may seem like a simple equation to solve, but it's actually more tricky than what most people might think. So, obviously here, I want to find the value of x. The only challenging thing is that, first off, we have two terms with x, so we have two appearances of x, and also x isn't a term, it's an exponent. So that makes it a lot harder to solve this. But to start off, I'm going to rewrite this as 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x plus 2 squared to the power of x is equal to 36. So we're making our terms with bases of 2. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of n to the power of m, meaning I can switch the places of these two and these two. So now I have 2 to the power of x to the power of 3 plus 2 to the power of x squared is equal to 36. Now, I'm going to let the variable m equal to 2 to the power of x. So I have m to the power of 3 plus m squared is equal to 36. And the reason I'm doing this is to just make this a little less complicated. Instead of having the 2 to the power of x to deal with all of that, we just have m, which is a simple variable. Now, after subtracting 36 on both sides, I have m to the power of 3 plus m squared minus 36 is equal to 0. So we have a nice little equation here. And to solve this, I'm going to rewrite negative 36 as negative 27 minus 9. So now I have m to the power of 3 plus m squared minus 27, I'm going to rewrite as 3 to the power of 3, and 9 I'm going to rewrite as 3 squared. Now after rearranging this, I get m to the power of 3 minus 3 to the power of 3 plus m squared minus 3 squared is equal to 0. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3, this is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. And if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, which is what we have here, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So m to the power of 3 minus 3 to the power of 3 turns into m minus 3 times m squared plus 3m plus 3 squared. And I have this plus m squared minus 3 squared, which by this property turns into m plus 3 times m minus 3. And this is all equal to 0. So now this is equal to m minus 3 times m squared plus 3m plus 9 plus m minus 3 times m plus 3 is equal to 0. Now notice how we have m minus 3 in this term and m minus 3 in this term, meaning I can factor out m minus 3. So now I get m minus 3 times m squared plus 3m plus 9 plus m plus 3. And this is equal to m squared plus 4m plus 12. So now I have two equations here. I have m minus 3 is equal to 0, and m squared plus 4m plus 12 is equal to 0. So for m minus 3 equals 0, all we have to do is add 3 on both sides, and we get m equals 3. So this is one solution. And for m squared plus 4m plus 12 equals 0, I can use the quadratic formula to solve this because this is a quadratic equation. So this turns into negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared, which is 16, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 12, all over 2a, so 2 times 1. And this is equal to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 48 over 2, which is equal to negative 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 32 over 2. Now, the square root of negative 32 is the same thing as the square root of 16 times negative 2, which is the square root of 16 times the square root of negative 2, which is equal to 4 root negative 2, which is equal to 4 root 2i. I is equal to the square root of negative 1. So the square root of negative 1 times the square root of negative 2 is the square root of negative 2. So I get m is equal to 4 plus or minus 4 root 2i over 2, which is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 root 2i. So these are two more solutions of m, but now remember, we're not solving for m, we're solving for x. And we have m is equal to 2 to the power of x. So this means I have 2 to the power of x is equal to 3. That's one equation. And I also have 2 to the power of x is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 root 2i. The only problem with this is we can't take the power of a positive number and make it equal to an imaginary number. So there's no solution for these values of m. However, there is still solutions for 2 to the power of x equals 3. So for this, to solve this, what I'm going to do is take the log on both sides. So I have log 2 to the power of x is equal to log 3. And now if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, this is equal to b times log a. So I can move the exponent to the front. So if I move x to the front, I get x times log 2 is equal to log 3. Now, I'm going to divide both sides by log 2. So these two cancel out, and I get x is equal to log 3 over log 2. Now, log 3 is equal to 0.4771, and log 2 is equal to 0.2030. So if I divide log 3 with log 2, which is 0.4771 divided by 0.2030, I get x is equal to 2.350. So this is my solution to this equation. X is equal to 2.350.